is blowing like crazy, and the pond has ducks, on the side, looking cozy up in there. There's some ducks floating in the water. Man, where's the turtles at, man? No turtles, man. We got no turtles. No turtles. Oh, how you doing, duck? What's been going on? Enjoying the weather? It's gonna get cold very soon. I think he probably knows that, and he probably doesn't like that it's getting cold. That's why he shot me that ugly look. One thing, people giving you ugly duck looks. It's another thing, ducks giving you ugly looks. That's another message. But topic of this message, I want to ask a question. Martin Luther King Day. Let's make it about Martin Luther King. I don't think, they make Martin Luther King Day about Martin Luther King enough. I think they use this day, use his fame for advertisement of whatever they do, or, see them, and, I don't think Martin Luther King Day is about Martin Luther King, and not really about expressing the agenda of Martin Luther King that he died for. I just don't think it's really all about it. You know what I'm saying? It's somewhat about it, but it's not all about it. I do not like how we celebrate Martin Luther King, because, they have the Martin Luther King parades, but it's not, it make it so much about black people and civil rights. But Martin Luther King was about everybody loving one another, you know what I'm saying? All races, you know what I'm saying? He was talking in a dream about all Jews, all Gentiles. Oh no, the Clemson, national championship couple is walking down the street. Okay. But, they're not making it about, it's not really so much about that. They make it so much just the black people, got civil rights, but it was very more than just that. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to, cultivate love with all people. Hello, how are we doing now, Clemson friends? Enjoying the prestige of winning a championship more and more each day. Not saying that. Well, our girls won national championship in soccer and in softball. Ha 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 ha. Look at me. Have a wonderful day. Yeah, look at it. Coming at him. National championship. But anyway, I have fun, too much fun. But top of this message that I want to talk about, is are we fighting for are we fighting people that truly, say that showed forth to us, and we're just thankful that he showed a great example of a great man, and da 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 da. You know what I'm saying? Okay, are you gonna be about fighting for his ideal? That he tried his best to, in this world, he assassinated, you know what I'm saying? And I do a message that, this world, this wicked world system ran by the God of this world, blind the minds of men, you know what I'm saying? It's about assassinating truth, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Martin Luther King got assassinated, and shout outs to John F. Kennedy, you know what I'm saying, telling the truth to the American people of the real agenda that, this world system is really all about. In his last speech, and got assassinated for the truth, you know what I'm saying? I talk about John F. Kennedy too. I'm not prejudiced. I'm about truth, you know what I'm saying? I hope you understand and know that. But anyway, Martin Luther King got about agenda making everything right, and stop keeping things wrong. Of course, you're going to get assassinated for that ideal aspect. For those don't want that to happen because, it's tough to keep people in bondage when you about something that is about a solution that, makes everything better. Is what the powers that be don't want, those solutions of making things right and making things better and making everybody love one another and get along with one another, But about the example of Martin Luther King, and you say you appreciate him, but are you about fighting for his dream? Are you about fighting for his dream to accomplish, to, be about loving one another? As his quotes talk about, you can't drive darkness with darkness. You can only drive it with the light. Are you going to get the light? Of course, he's talking about Jesus Christ, the light, to drive darkness, out of people's hearts. You know what I'm saying? That has a heart that is comfortable to carry hatred in their hearts. That's the ideal of a sinner's heart. Their heart has unfortunately think that it can carry hatred in its heart and think you can live life right with hatred in their heart. You know what I'm saying? And sad that it's too many people in this world think they can keep hatred and bitterness and frustration, about this and about that, and think they can live a better life with bitterness inside their heart. That is the deception pretty much Satan has people on these days. But are you fighting? Are you going to be about joining his fight for the dream? You know what I'm saying? Are you going to, but the fight for the dream, you have to be about telling the truth. You know what I'm saying? You have to be about the truth. Telling, you can't go around the truth. Jesus Christ, the way, the truth, and the life. Truth is supposed to be about making people free and freedom to love a person, as what Martin Luther King says, not by the color of their skin, by the content of their character, that you're supposed to observe and evaluate a person's content of character. Because look, everybody got negative inside them. Everybody got some positive things inside them. Just because a person may show forth more negative, than a positive, doesn't mean a person does not have positive, characteristics. But it's this world lacks the love of God pretty much. Go. Lacks the love of God is the epidemic of this world. And if it's going to get better the way it's supposed to, it needs to cultivate the ideal of love in their hearts. But, you got to fight for it, because the world's getting more darker than it is getting more brighter. And the world system, of television and radio and your internet and your environment is about an agenda of showing more acts of darkness than acts of the light, and encouraging people that it's okay to be more negative, and and something right is going to happen when you are becoming more negative. And as much as people believe that perspective is as much as we're going to, the beat goes on. More likely, it's the epidemic continuously happen, that no resolution, nothing gets resolved in this world system. Is what, God taught me about every holy hip hop. I used to go to the Holy Hip Hop Awards. And the Holy Hip Hop Awards always happen and I go to the Holy Hip Hop Awards, and I look at, I'm listening to I'm like looking at Holy Hip Hop, and I'm looking at Dr. Martin Luther King. I'm like, this, ideal goes hand in hand with Martin Luther King, and, the ideal pretty much of being but we need to be more real and relevant with our message concerning, about solutions, and that's the problem pretty much of the ideal that people consider is a gospel, the gospel being preached, what I'm saying, that I grew up, in the religious, format of, preachers, they can preach and huff and puff and da-da-dee and da-da-da in certain ways, but not being more relevant or transparent to the issues that are going on in the community, in the area, or be about things of really engaging the four walls, engaging the four walls to be about coming at the community with events and doing things concerning the things of God. You know what I'm saying? The church system is a laid back church system concerning community events and projects that is so laid back, in the individual church building, you know what I'm saying, that of course darkness is going to find ways of influencing people and to continually do more wrongdoing when a church system is laid back. Whoa! Whoa! Hello! How are you doing? Where? Oh, you work over here?
Yeah, I work at O'Bricks. How are you?
All right. Could you say hey to my Facebook community?
Hi.
This is my friend, Naya. Nina, sorry, Nina. I'm trying to get it. I'm so shocked to see her here. All right, Nina, you have a wonderful day.
You too.
All right, me and Nina. Well, I'm going that direction too, Nina. Yeah, they're, oh, you going to the Riverwalk?
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm getting my nose pierced.
Okay, well, you have a wonderful day. All right, you too, Miss Nina. Yeah, all right. But are we about the agenda of fighting? I mean, are we fighting for the dream? Are we fighting to love one another? Are we challenging the debates and disputes that happen among the community and bring a biblical, perspective to the situations that occur in the community? Are we going to try to address the problems with the biblical scripture? And well, shout outs to my boy Alton, the rally they had in Bradenton concerning the racial tension that has been going on concerning the protesting, and he was questioning where is the pastors, where's the ministers in this arena, why we're not here to bring forth our biblical viewpoint to what's going on and try to resolve it. Have a good day. Have a good day. Are we trying to bring a biblical perspective to this situation concerning this protest and violence? Are we going to, talk and reason, try to reason? For me, if we're going to be there, we're going to try to find reasoning with one another concerning of what the protest is all about. You know what I'm saying? Why is the hectic, chaotic is going on? How we can, bring the word of God, bring scripture, to bring dialogue to the people out there, is why we wasn't out there in that position to maybe make a direct impact of our community, that our community will see us, that we are sincere about the agenda of being Christians, in our community. You know what I'm saying? Not just people that are in a building, on Sunday and on Wednesday, but we are, sincere of our commitment in the community, that we want to address problems and we want to fight for, a better community, a community learning to love one another, get along with one another. We want to fight for it, and we truly want things to be made right in the communities in whatever shape or form of what needs to be right. I mean, are we going to fight for this dream? Or are we just going to fight each other? Or are we just not going to fight at all? Which is more the performance that is being done, unfortunately, in the church, is we're not even fighting at all, or not even thinking about fighting for this to get better. You know what I'm saying? We just lay back and it becomes more destructive. But we got to fight for this dream. The dream that Martin Luther King put out there, it has to be fought for. It cannot be, just, they purposely do. You got to fight for this dream here. Okay. I don't know why that box is here. But, let me move this box out of the way. So, weird. Hello, how y'all doing? All right, y'all have a wonderful day. I'm on YouTube. I hope y'all check me out. It's called Mack, M-A-C-K, Johnson, The Reality on YouTube. M-A-C-K. Have a good day. All right, that's the message. Fight for the dream and stop fighting each other. Stop wrestling against flesh and blood. Let's go against principalities and powers and rules of darkness, spiritual wickedness in high places. How you doing? Have a good day. To God be the glory, here forever and ever. In Jesus' name, amen.